Okay, welcome back to the Daily Candle Australia. And today I want to show you guys something very special. Something that I think has not been given enough credit. And it's something that really does work. So sit down, uncross your legs, and let's get ready to pump up your accounts today. Okay, so let's get into it. First, I want to ask you a question. How many times have you not entered a trade because you weren't sure of when to pull the trigger? Or you enter way too early and have to watch your money get pulled back into the market? Well, give me your attention for a few minutes, and I promise you, you will hit way more winning trades with more of a confidence than ever before. I'm going to show you how I took a massive profit right here on this move with Solana just a few days ago. So right now, I bet you're sitting there saying, Arnold, what the hell is this strategy? Well, it is called the D15 move, and it was developed by an amazing trading duo that call themselves TP Mint. They are also based here in Australia and have been doing fantastic things the past few years. So if you don't already follow them, go on over to their page and follow them on all socials and all that kind of stuff so you can keep up to date on their journey and also some of their advices. Okay, Schnitzel, enough of this fluffing around. Let's get serious. First, what is the D15 move? Very simple. It is a trading technique that looks at the daily chart, which is the D, and connects it with the 15-minute chart, the 15. And so here, instantly, you can see we are looking for the bigger picture with the daily chart, which is very important. And then we will use the 15-minute chart over here to hone in on the perfect entry and really capitalize on profits. You'll also notice here on my screen down the bottom, I am using an indicator called Market Cipher. This is also a really fantastic tool to help identify different things and potentials that are going on in the market. Things like diversions, volume, VWAPs, and all kinds of fantastic things. So really for this to work, you will need to have the Market Cipher indicator, or at least the free, cheap, girly version that you can find on TradingView, which honestly is, I would say, around 80% comparable. But you can find the real deal at marketcipher.com. But in any case, now if you go back here to the daily chart, and just here we see that this candle here is green, and also yesterday's candle is green, with lots of momentum pushing it up. Also looking over here at Market Cipher, down here at the bottom of my page, you can see a big blue wave getting a huge pump. Now this shows us right here that there is a lot of energy, a lot of money being pumped into the market, like my huge biceps. So okay, now we can be confident that we should just keep on going in this direction, or at least until something shows us otherwise. Okay, so looking now back up here at the daily candles, you can see I've drawn a purple box right here, and you'll notice that it's all the way down towards the bottom of its little John Wick. Now this point here is where I ended for this massive pumped up trade. It's actually very simple to find the bottoms of these candles like this. I hear a lot of people whining to me, Arnold, how is it that you always find these perfect entry points? Well, let Arnold show you. Let's head on over into the 15-minute chart so I can better show you how exactly I pinpoint these perfect entries. Okay, so to get this here, we need two things to happen. Number one, we need to see some sort of pullback in price from the momentum, and two, that pullback needs to be huge enough to be what's called oversold, where we see this blue wave right here on Market Cipher come all the way down to this line just here, and play around a little bit before it gets all juiced up. Now once this wave here produces a little green dot, we can then start to look for an opportunity to pounce and put our entry in. Sometimes this can take a while to come about, and other times it just goes on blast. And so we never know exactly when these things are going to happen and if they even will, but we are at least prepared for when they do. Okay, so you say, Arnold, yes, the price has come down and your little blue dory wave is getting all juiced up and ready to train. Okay, so now what? Well, my friend, we are now looking for two smaller confirmations to take place. The first one we want to see is that green dot to be confirmed and printed with the closing of this 15-minute candle. Now, sometimes when it's playing around, you may see 2 or even 3 confirmation green dots like you see over here before we gather enough juice to pump up and start flexing. The second one now is something I forgot to mention earlier, and that is this little blue line I have here flowing along and throughout the candles, and that is called an EMA line. And just by looking in the settings over here, I have this set to 8, which is what TP Mint suggests, and I find it works really well. So this exponential moving average, which is what EMA stands for, you don't have to be too concerned about, other than for our move to be more what I like to call a sure thing. We want to see one of these 15-minute candles here close above this line, just like this right here. Now, once the candle has closed above here like this, we are looking for our little dory wave over here to start pushing up over this oversold line. Once this happens, I am feeling now very confident to enter my position. Okay, so now I've got my entry, I'm feeling confident, and all of these things. I look down just a little to the previous support zones, which are just down here. And now this is roughly just about here. Now this is where I put my stop loss, which is sitting at about 2.5%. Now this may really freak some of you out, right? But remember, I'm looking at the bigger picture here on the daily chart, and really I'm just looking for an entry to play along with the rest of the move. So for this trade, I'm looking at potentially 5%, maybe up to 7% profit. Now, if that swing down here is too much heat for you to handle, it's okay to be a little girly in the beginning. I'd suggest using lower leverage, maybe 5x or something like that. This way you can manage your risk a lot more until you're more confident and comfortable making these trade decisions. Okay, now Arnold, so we have our entry, and now you have shown us where to put the stop loss. Now what the hell do we do? Well, coming back down here to our market cipher indicator, we are keeping our eye on this blue wave to see how it's interacting with this line up here, becoming now overbought. Down here was oversold, and so this line up here means overbought. So once it hits here so quickly, you have a decision to make. Do I sell or do I stay in and keep pushing? Well, I like to push. And as you can see here, staying in meant the trade came right back to my entry. But again, you can see by the blue wave here, it was oversold, and also another green dot. So again, I'm confident the price will continue to move back up towards a nice juicy profit. Now, as the trade progresses, you can see surfing along these blue waves here, they never quite hit the oversold line. So I'm still happy to keep this deal. And as the waves rise up to these kinds of levels, you have to keep an eye on the market volume and structure, because this will help let you know whether your trade is still heading in the right direction with purpose. Now, thankfully for me, each time the price became oversold, like right here, we were still in an uptrend like this. Now, I got quite lucky, I have to say, just here, because I was asleep during this time with all of this craziness going on. So most likely I would have exited here, but because I was snoozing, I managed to stay in for that final pump set all the way up to here. Now, when I wake up in the morning and see all of this has happened, I also start to see all these divergences happening like this. Each time the price comes up, our little blue dory wave doesn't have as much punch behind it. So therefore, I'm looking to exit. And so I decided to exit just here, right over here. This is because once I saw that this momentum wave was no longer reaching our overbought line, I decided to get my ass out of there. You can see I could have squeezed a little more out of it, but really, I got the majority of this move. And let me tell you, I was very excited about this one, yielding me a total of 13%. Man, what a trade, right? Okay, so let me go over once again what the hell has been going on here so you can get a grip on this D15 move. Okay, so let's go back to the very beginning, looking at the daily chart, the bigger picture. We see the previous day has a green candle. Okay, check. And we have a lot of good momentum here on this blue wave coming up here. Check. And then we move into the 15 minutes chart, and we see that the price here has now become oversold. Check. With our wave coming down to the line here, check. And we have a 15 minutes close here over our 8 EMA line. Check. Our moving average line here, and check. So, okay, with all these things in place, we are set. And again, as I zoom back out here, you can see that our entry caught the lower part of this daily candle, this little John Wick right over here. Look at that. So as you can see, with just a little patience and some knowledge, you can really capitalize on some big moves. Like my calves, swollen up after doing 10 sets of calf raises. It's fantastic. Okay, so after that, then you just wait basically until you can decide that the price is now very much overdone and there's all these types of divergences happening like this, and you begin to plan your exit, okay? So as I said earlier, I have found this strategy to be a very helpful tool in not only finding good trades, but when to exit them. The same goes for the reverse. If you're looking to make a short on a fresh market dump, it really is that simple. So make sure you guys head over and check out the guys at TP Mint, because I'm telling you, they really have some fantastic ideas over there. Also, go over and look at marketcipher.com for this wonderful indicator. From Crypto Face, who's another crazy son of a bitch. There's no two ways about it, let me tell you. Okay, so I hope you found this useful, that it will help you make some better entries here moving forward. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily crypto updates and also more setup videos like this one here. So thanks again. I hope you all enjoy your day. Stay pumped up because I'll be back. Welcome back to the Daily Candle Australia. And today I want to show you guys something very special. Something that I think has not been given enough credit, and it's something that really does work. So sit down, uncross your legs, and let's get ready to pump up your accounts today. Okay, so let's get into it. First,